Okay, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all had a great 2024 and enjoyed your Christmas. Now, my brain isn't kind of working right now, it's just kind of not functioning the way it needs to. Now, there's a lot that I want to say to you right now, but the way it's going to come out is probably not the way I need it to. So you're going to have to kind of bear with me a bit, and I'll probably jumble a lot of things up because my brain isn't processing the way it should be right now. So, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about New Year's resolutions, especially, and the goals that we set for ourselves every year. Because the reality is, 90% of the time, we never actually go through with them. Which, to me, is the most ridiculous thing ever. If we're not going to go through with something, why bother setting it in the first place? So for 2025, the one thing that needs to happen is for us to stop trying to set such unrealistic goals, even if it's something as simple as stopping smoking or drinking. Just stop it. Stop telling yourself you're going to lose weight. Stop telling yourself you want a dream job. Stop telling yourself these ridiculous things. I know it sounds ridiculous, and well, actually, no, it doesn't sound ridiculous, but stop saying it out loud and going, this is what I'm going to do this year. When the only thing you need to do all year round is live your life. In reality, that is all you need to do, is actually just live your life the way you want, how you want, and why you want. I mean, there are rules, laws, and regulations in place because, we all have to follow them. And there are people that we care about and people that we love that we will protect and help along the way. Of course there are. We all love our families and we all want to be there for them. But our life is our own. And how we choose to live it is up to us. It's not somebody else's choice. It's not up to somebody else. If you want a dream job, stop trying to manifest it, because you can't manifest your life. It just doesn't work. Manifestation is a ridiculous notion, I'm sorry, but it is. And if you're one of those people who believes that you can manifest things, you're a ridiculous person. I'm sorry, but you are. You're just ridiculous. You can't just think something into being. It doesn't work. I don't care. You can't. You can't sit on the floor and go, I'm going to think my life away. Really? Seriously? Manifestation is pathetic and it's ridiculous. You want a goal, stop saying it out loud and find a way to achieve it. Don't just stand there at the beginning of the year and go, I'm going to do this with my life this year. Goals don't take a year. Goals can take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years sometimes. You don't stop smoking in a day. Sometimes it takes years to stop smoking, especially if you've been doing it like your whole life. And it's the same with drinking. Sometimes it can take a long time. You don't lose weight in a day either, and you don't lose weight in a year either. You can lose pounds in a year, but if you do it the right way, it can take a long time to lose a lot of weight, especially if you do it the healthy way rather than through dieting. Fad diets are just that. You'll lose a lot of weight, you'll lose it fast, but the minute you stop that diet, the weight will pour back on. And it will, because I know, because I've tried it. I've tried them. I've tried fad dieting, I've tried slim fasts, I've tried all sorts of dieting. They're fads, they're fad diets. And the minute you lose all that weight, and because you have to pay for slim fast, you have to pay for all of those slimming worlds and things like that to actually do the upkeep. It's ridiculous, it's pathetic. And the money that you're spending on those diets can actually become part of a healthy lifestyle rather than a diet, which is something I learned far too late, like after all of that. And when you stop doing them, the weight pours back on. You know, it's something my brother-in-law learned as well. In fact, both of my brother-in-laws learnt that. And one of my other sisters. And one of 6, by the way. 3 of them are married. Now, thing is, fad diets are ridiculous. Slimming World, I know that lots of people swear by Slimming World and, you know, Weight Watchers, but unless you're doing it for life, and you would have to do it for the rest of your life, it's pointless. But you're paying for it. You pay for the clubs, you pay for the weigh-ins, you pay for this, you pay for that. And it's like, why? Why not just learn to manage your own diet? Be healthier in your own diet. Learn your calorie intake, your nutrition intake. Go and actually see a dietitian and get dietary advice. That would be, 1, you'd save a hell of a lot of money a month, and 2, you will actually lose weight a safer way, and you'll keep the weight off. Now, I have seen a dietitian. I have, obviously, with a lot of medical issues I have to be really careful how much fibre I take in, because having adhesions growing inside my body, I have to be really, really careful, sort of like how many nutrients and how much fibre and nutrients, and sometimes even how many vitamins I take in. So I have to be really careful what I eat and how much of it I eat, which is really, really hard work. So I can't, my diet is really kind of all over the place. It's fairly healthy, but it's not always. And especially because I get cravings every once in a while. And my dietitian said that that's normal because of how I eat. And if I get a craving, I have to just flow with it, which is weird to me. But my dietitian said that because I eat such mostly like yogurts and things like that, and I can't eat a lot of soups because I find that a lot of them have too many nutrients or vitamins, and then I get all yucky or it. Oh, it's weird. My diet is extremely hard work, and sometimes I get like cravings for carbohydrates, and then I'm in pain for like weeks. And it's not that I have an intolerance to anything, because I don't, because they checked. It's just that the adhesions that are growing, they latch on to certain things and then they get bigger, whereas with what I eat most of the time, it helps shrink them slightly. So if I eat too much of certain things, they get bigger quicker. It's hard work, it's really annoying, and it's painful. So these adhesions have been growing for 5 years now, and I'm really getting fed up with them. So, Anyway, so rather than paying the odds for diet clubs, talk to a dietitian, get your diet in order, actually stick to a diet that you can afford, especially considering the price of everything these days. No matter where you go in the world, food is extremely expensive. And when you're paying the odds extra for just to get weigh-ins every week or whatever, why do it? The money, especially over in America where you pay for everything, why not use the money that you're paying for the weigh-ins to go and see a dietitian and get proper advice? That would actually be money well spent over there, you know, because frankly, it's better for you anyway. I've seen what they do. I mean, the way they've changed all their things these days, I wouldn't touch it. Anyway, so, and you probably will roast me for all that anyway and probably tell me I'm wrong because it's better for you anyway. You probably will. I can absolutely guarantee someone in the comments will tell me that I'm wrong and it's really good for me and blah, 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 blah. Fine, you do that. I don't care, because I've seen how they work these days, and quite frankly, they're still ripping people off. It's just that simple. Anyway, so where was I? Goals. That's where I was. Sorry, got a bit distracted. Ranting. Sorry. Reality is, we need to start living our lives. Things we go through in life I mean, last year was hard work for me, with one thing or another, especially having an autistic, going through the fire, having to do all this, blah, 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 moving around. It's hard work. And it's stressful and it's difficult and it's whatever, especially with an autistic, and he's coped so well. And, you know, the thing is, everybody had trials and tribulations in their life. Everybody has to go through so much in a year. Rather than making goals like, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to travel, I'm going to get a new job, I'm going to do that, why don't you just make a goal that states, I'm going to live my life, I'm going to do what I need to do to get through it, and I'm going to love myself because I deserve to love myself, because I'm better than anybody else in the world. You're the most amazing person in the whole entire world and I love you. Best goal ever. And now I'm going to live my life for me, my way, and I'm going to love the people in my life because they're amazing and they deserve my love. I'm going to love my family, I'm going to love my children, I'm going to love the people, all my friends, because they actually deserve my love. If they don't deserve my love, I'm going to cut them out of my life because, quite frankly, they're not worth it. But on top of everything else, I'm going to love me because I am the most amazing person in the entire world and I am worthy of all the love. And you look in the mirror, and that's exactly what you're going to do. And you're going to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are perfect, you're amazing, and you deserve all the love and all everything. You just tell yourself how perfect you are and how incredible you are and that you are worthy of being loved by everybody, whether they like it or not, because you are. And that is your goal for 2025. And it's completely selfish, but it's about time we started doing that. Because that is where we should be right now. We should not be looking outward in our lives. We should be looking inward. Society right now is so focused on the whole of the world by judging each other, they judge each other's appearance, they judge each other's money status, they judge each other's everything. Everything is judged. People go down the street and judge each other just for existing. It is about time we stopped judging the whole entire planet and started just loving ourselves for the sake of loving ourselves and for no other reason. Judgment has to stop and loving ourselves has to start. It's 2025 or almost, because it's not quite. And we need to stop the judgment and start the loving. And I know that sounds a bit kind of weird, but that's exactly what you need to do. You need to start looking in the mirror and going, I'm amazing, I'm perfect, and I love me. It is one of the most selfish things on the planet. But it's time we were selfish. And when somebody asks you what your New Year's goal are, you say, me. I'm my New Year's goal. To love myself more. Every time you come across a new problem, you look yourself in the mirror and you go, I can do this. I can face this problem. I can handle this problem. I handled all my problems in 2024. I can handle this problem here. And when I get through this problem, I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be a stronger person and we can move forward. And that's exactly what you're going to do. No matter what 2025 brings you, you're going to stand in your mirror and you're going to look at yourself and you're going to go, I can handle this. I handled 2024. Everything that 2024 threw at me, I handled it. I got through it. I became stronger for it. I became better for it. I loved myself for it. And now, no matter what it throws at me, no matter what 2025 throws at me, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get stronger for it. I'm going to love myself even more after it. And that's exactly how you're going to handle 2025. At least in my head, that's exactly how you're going to handle 2025, because that's how I'm going to handle 2025. And that's exactly what we're going to do. That's exactly what needs to happen from now on. No more outward goals. If you want a new job, work for it. There are ways to achieve new goals. There actually are. There's a lot of help out there for people who need to stop smoking, who want to lose weight. There are lots of ways and lots of support for people out there who want to stop smoking or quit habits or lose weight, or there are lots of ways to do that, as long as you do it in a healthy way with the right support. And if you want a new job, I know in this environment it's hard to get a new job and it's hard to find the job you really, really want. But if you work hard enough and if you find the right niche, you can get it. There are always ways to get into the job you want. Always. There is always a way to do it. You've just got to find it. Even if it means going back into studying, do it. You can work and study. That's easy to do. Even if it means studying online, do it. I did it. I worked and I studied online because I had to. So if I can do it, I'm sure all of you can do it, and you lot probably will do it way better than me because your brains work better than I do. Yeah. So it does. I'm pretty sure your brains work way better than mine do. So you'll do it, and you'll do it much better than I ever do it. So if there is a way for you, if you want it badly enough, you'll do it. It might not be done this year, but maybe next year, like 2026, you might get your job that you really, really want. But if you're working towards that goal, it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen in 2025, as long as you know that you're working towards it. Things don't happen overnight, and sometimes things take more than a year to do. But if you know you're working towards it, that's all that matters. And if you can get the right support in place, you can talk to the right people, find it. You can find that way to get into anywhere. All you have to do is look hard enough, and it is there no matter where you are in the world. You can find the right people to talk to find a way to get the dream job that you want, or even to just find a new job in a direction that you want to go in. Even if you have to start right from the bottom and make coffee for like a couple of years, do it. It's worth it. Because at least then you're in an environment where you're learning from people. Don't give up on your dreams. But understand that dreams don't just happen. And we all know that. We all understand that. But we all get disheartened when they don't happen. We all do. We all know that we do. We all know that we go into a new year and go, I'm going to get this job. This job that I've been really, really wanting for so long. I can finally get round to doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then you don't do it, and then you get really disheartened. And people go, oh, you've been talking about that for years. You're never going to do it. And it disheartens you even more. Don't let that happen. Absolutely do not let that happen. If you want it, research it. Find the right people to talk to. Find the right way to go about it. Contact universities, colleges, even contact other corporations within the jobs you want. Find a way to get what you want, even if it means having to restudy, even if it means having to start as nothing more than a coffee person for the next 2 years before you actually get to do anything useful or anything within that field. If you're at least in there, you'll learn things. It's about understanding your direction and not giving up and not being disheartened and not letting other people get in your head and going, oh, you'll never do it, ha ha ha. Because you can and you will. It just doesn't take a year. Sometimes it takes 10 years, 15 years, you know, but you can do it if you want it. Just need to find the right direction to go in. Now, I'm going to go because I think I'm going around in circles a bit. Now, I love you all. Have a great new year. Enjoy 2025 and remember to look yourselves in the mirror and tell yourselves how wonderful you are. I love you all. Bye bye.